Tonight on The Edge, a teacher targeting teens for his own sinister desires.
The blinds are drawn, the lights are off. I'm talking to this man in a dark room for no reason.
A student tells her story of her too close encounter with a man she thought she could trust.
That entire wall had caved in.
A Livonia brewery picking up the pieces after someone drove straight through its building.
I wanted to cry and pull my hair out.
He might not be alone. The 2-year shutdown of eastbound 696 is about to begin. Those stories and more right now.
This is The Edge.
The Edge at 11 starts now.
From teaching theater to children to facing federal charges for sexual exploitation, former students speaking out on the deviant behavior they experienced from an educator while in school.
And now a St. Clair community is demanding answers as to why this was allowed to go on for so long. Fox News' Jessica Dubnak has the story.
Federal court documents reveal that Tim Heigler allegedly paid 6 underage girls for nude photos and videos, and it looks like the list may be a lot longer. Some of them say they tried to notify school officials years earlier, and nothing was done.
You should all be ashamed of yourselves for what you allowed to happen. F*** you, resign in disgrace.
A community outrage at the East China School Board and superintendent. We're told 5 and 6 years ago, girls came forward to staff at St. Clair High School to alert them of inappropriate behavior by former theater teacher Tim Heigl, but nothing was done. Was he kind of like the young cool teacher?
Yeah, that's what he started out as. That's kind of why we all really liked him at first.
It did not end that way. Heigl arrested by the FBI, a slew of charges for buying nude photos and videos from underage girls in exchange for booze, vape pens, and money. One teen in 7th grade, he'd allegedly pay anywhere from $10 to $75 per ask, and even tried to get one to meet him for sex. The charges stem from 2023 to 2024, but former students say Heigl was asking for nudes years before.
I know he had asked me for some. I declined, but I can tell you that he did purchase me specifically alcohol under the age of 21.
Claire O'Neill says Heigl even called her into class to ask if she had feelings for him.
The blinds are drawn, the lights are off. I'm talking to this man in a dark room for no reason.
She says she told her counselors and principal at the time.
If I could go back, I would put myself more in a line of fire and let him come on to me more, so I could have had more ammunition to go after him with.
Peyton Ostin, also a former student, says Heigl sent her money and messaged her on social media. The district says they're cooperating with the investigation, handing over Heigl's personnel records, but no one has been interviewed by investigators yet.
If your school's not listening, take it to the police. If the police aren't listening, contact the news. Make a scene.
As far as how the district handled everything, they say that it's all under internal review. They're also promising updates. Reporting in St. Clair County, Jessica Dubnak on The Edge.
Person was taking advantage of young kids and exploiting them.
A suspected child predator is caught in Berkeley. Police arrested 24-year-old Darren Bradford after being tipped off that a large number of kids were going in and out of his Berkeley apartment. He lives near 2 schools. Investigators say he would give the kids vapes and alcohol. One of the victims accused Bradford of sexual assault. Police are asking if there are other victims to please come forward. Bradford was given a $175,000 cash bond.
Busting through a brewery, a driver loses control, causing major damage to a Livonia business.
As Fox News' Dave Kinchin tells us tonight, the owners are taking this setback in stride.
Trouble brewing on security footage in Livonia. A driver slams into the side of Supernatural Brewing and Spirits. Ernie is one of the owners who got that rude awakening.
You get a call and you got to go, somebody, drove into the building and my first thought was, oh my gosh, we do not have a drive-through window at Supernatural Brewing. And they're like, well, you do now.
It happened on Plymouth near Ann Arbor Road just before 1 a.m. Monday morning.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when we got here how much damage there actually was, because that entire wall had caved in.
The crash unearthing this sink on the inside and knocking the wall onto the big brewing system.
They're scraped up, but yeah, super heavy duty. So yeah, at this point, we're super glad that we invested a lot of money into our brew system and got the really good stuff.
No one was inside the bar when it happened. The staff thanking their lucky stars, considering they just had a big 7th anniversary celebration Saturday night.
Well, thank God it didn't happen before the party or during the party. Yeah, our brewers came in this morning expecting to make beer, and we immediately realized that's not happening.
Security footage from a nearby hotel shows 2 people running from the area right after the impact, but Livonia police will only say the incident remains under investigation as the brewery scrambles to fix the pricey damage and reopen.
If the local community could come out and stop by our little brewery and try some of our delicious beer and delicious food and support us a little bit so we can get past this, that'd be a big help.
Ernie, who doubles as a character known as the Professor, showed the world the aftermath in a viral social media video.
The Professor gets to have a little more fun with it as a character than Ernie the owner does. Ernie the owner's like, oh my gosh, this is going to cost so much money.
Oh, man. But he has a serious message for that driver.
Whatever resulted in you running into a building late at night, maybe you could do a little bit better job with your life than that.
The whereabouts of the driver not known at this time. Livonia police not saying a whole lot other than the case is under investigation. Keep in mind, a lot of times when law enforcement doesn't say a whole lot about a case, they're very close to cracking it if they haven't already, and they likely will have more to say soon. In Livonia, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
All right, we're fixing the roads, but guess what? It's going to hurt.
Yeah, this Saturday, eastbound 696 will close from Losser to I-75 for 2 years. Fox 2's Dave Spencer tells us how to get around town.
It's safe to say very few people are looking forward to 2 years of construction.
It's going to be a pain originally, but, you know, you calm down and figure out what you're doing.
I wanted to cry and pull my hair out.
But if we want to fix the damn roads, this is the price we have to pay.
It can be done fast or it can be done right, and I'd much prefer it to be done right so that we know that our roads are safe.
And it all begins on March 1st.
We're detouring eastbound traffic for 2 years, starting Saturday.
When I made the announcement that it's going to be in effect starting March the 1st, they all were like, well, I don't know which way to go.
Inside the Fitzgerald Rec Center in Warren, people got a chance to see which way to go, and then we put it to the test.
Our official detour is the Lodge to the Davison to I-75 back to 696.
This applies to eastbound traffic. At 5 p.m. on Monday, the GPS estimated the drive on 696 to take 17 minutes. Following the M.Dot detour, though, getting from Losser to the Lodge to the Davison to 75 back to 696 took 33 minutes.
It will be a little frustrating at first, but I think people will get used to it.
The reality is everyone is going to have to find their own way.
We know most people are going to take mile roads, 8 mile, 10 mile, 12 mile.
It just may take time and a lot of patience until they find a way that works for them. And a part of this road construction project includes the renovation of the park you see behind me. In fact, I'm standing right on top of 696 near Evergreen. You know that part with the tunnel, with the icicles that form in the winter? All of that is going to be redone as well. Here's the good news. If you're traveling westbound, no detour for you. In Oak Park, Dave Spencer on The Edge.
Snow started to melt, the sun was shining, and mild weather has finally returned, it seems like.
It felt good, and it kind of put everyone in a better mood on this Monday. So what can we expect for the rest of the week? Captain Rich Luderman, who's always in a good mood, has a look at our forecast. What up, man?
Root tearing. You know, I was having breakfast this morning. I could hear the gutter, the trickle from the gutters, you know, the melting of the snow on my roof.
That made you happy.
That's a great sound this time of year. We did make it to 48 degrees today. The last time we were that warm was way back on December 30th, almost 2 months ago. Normal high closer to 38. Here's this weak system that's going to come through late tonight and early Tuesday morning. We could see a few sprinkles. This is a very weak system. Check out the daytime highs today. 50 in Toledo, 50 in Port Huron. Some spots up around Traverse City and Alpena also topping out near 50 degrees. There's our 48. There's the averages. There's the record for today. 70 set way back in 2017. Right now, a lot of us are still near 40 degrees, so the gutters continue to trickle with the snow melt on the roof. There's that breeze from the south and west. It was gusty today. Less wind out there for tonight and tomorrow. Right now, 30 Alpena, 45 Muskegon, 44 to our south in Toledo. There's that weak system. Again, a few sprinkles perhaps late tonight. Most of Tuesday is dry. Then Wednesday, a stronger system quickly crosses the area. Wednesday, we will likely get some wet weather, especially in the afternoon. Let me show you the numbers for the rest of tonight. A sprinkle late tonight down to 34. For tomorrow, 46, so mild again Tuesday. More clouds than sun. And then check out that 7-day forecast. Temperatures will slide off a bit for the end of the week, especially Sunday. But how about that? Saturday is March 1st. That's a good thing. Route 10, a full check at 4 a.m.
Good stuff. Thanks so much, Rich. Cleanup continues in a southwest Detroit neighborhood after that massive water main break damaged nearly 400 homes last week.
And now piles of water-damaged appliances, trash beds, soaked clothes, and more are lining the streets. The Great Lakes Water Authority says crews have installed and connected a 15-foot segment of replacement pipe. Complete repairs and water main testing is expected by the end of the week. City officials say so far, more than 40 homes have been cleaned. A pop-up distribution center is providing essential supplies to those affected.
All through Wednesday, we're going to have this partnership with Forgotten Harvest, and we're going to provide fresh fruits, vegetables, milk, canned goods, dry goods like rice, potatoes, for all the people who are affected by the flooding.
The timetable for getting everyone back into their homes with working heat and hot water is unclear. Well, one state lawmaker known for expressing what many say are homophobic opinions has announced a new controversial move.
Gay marriage has been legal in the state of Michigan since back in 2012 following a Supreme Court ruling, but now state lawmakers are pushing to change that. And specifically, we're talking about Republican State Representative Josh Shriver announcing a resolution urging the Supreme Court to overturn the Oger-Geffel versus Hodges marriage equality case. Michigan Democratic Party Chair Curtis Hertel criticizing Shriver, saying, quote, Shriver is attacking hundreds of thousands of Michiganders who are nurses, teachers, soldiers, and beloved members of the community. Thankfully, I know that Democrats will continue to fight for Michiganders' civil rights and personal freedoms in the face of these ugly attacks, end quote.